So I'm standing in the lobby of badger testing, and to. I'm trying to.
I need you over here to sign.
And I was talking, but somebody was telling me that, well, looking at me while I was talking, and I said to myself, what happened? So I was talking, right? And then I was saying that, well, Todd Hall or somebody else was talking to me and telling me that, well, if we have to wake up one day and realize that you actually aren't in the gay community, we're going to shoot you. And I told him, well, that's the reality. Years ago, you guys raped a child. 30 years ago, you raped a child, and you thought that years later, his life experiences would lead him to have sex with gay people. But today, he's 32, and he's still not having sex with gay people. So if the reality that you want, if you're, so if, I guess he was saying, so your reality is that our reality, we don't want to live in a reality where you aren't gay. So if you turn out to not be gay, or we have to learn or live in the world where you're not gay, we're going to kill you. Because we don't want to believe that you are not gay. And we're not going to live that way. So if you make us accept that you're not gay, we're going to kill you. And that's what he just told me. And I was saying, well, the reality is 30 years ago, you raped a child. You tried to groom a baby to grow up into a gay man. And it didn't work. 30 years later, that kid chose not to be gay. And is still living his life like he doesn't want to have sex with gay people. And I was saying that quietly, like I'm talking to you now. And the woman who works back there, the woman who sits right here, looked at me like I was causing a like I was committing a crime.
Yeah.
Looked at me like I was committing a crime as she walked out the door. She could not have possibly heard me talking, but she looked at me like I committed a crime. So I pulled this camera out, and there she is in the doorway. That's her, in the doorway. So she looked at me like I was committing a crime, so I pulled this camera out. And I think she tried, or she was going to cause an altercation. She was going to lie and say, she was going to lie and say that I was doing something inappropriate. She was going to lie and say that I was doing something inappropriate, or she was thinking about it, right? That's the look in her face. She was thinking about saying that while I was in her lobby, I was doing something inappropriate before I had this camera out. And that's why I pulled it out to tell you guys. And what just happened. Oh yeah. And so when I came to this door, when I was walking right here to this door, there was a guy who left the lobby, was walking this way, turned his butt towards the door, pushed his butt into the door, and pushed the door open. So normal people bump into the door, other people push into the door, but this guy decided to turn around, push his butt into the door, and push the door open as I was standing right there. And I'm positive that the dude wanted me to see his butt. He had like really thin pants on, like shorts, that you could see his butt crack and like his butt moving in his pants. So it was a gay dude. Nobody wears. Yes.
Are you ready to do this restroom? Or are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Do you have a registration or a barcode? Or...
Yes, I do.
Okay, that one ID, please.
All right. So yeah, that just happened right there. She just asked me to go, so I got to go. But I'll tell you guys about it later. 608-733-8446.
What do you need to be tested for? 55. You got it. Yes. Yep. Perfect. Thank you. Bye-bye. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. While it's on my mind, I'm just thinking about it. I go different places and people do bad things before I get there or while I'm there.
Uh-huh.
And I was wondering, do you guys you allow people to sexually harass people in your business?
I would say no.
All right. So.
Big firm no. Have you hang up your jacket?
Right.
And then I'll have
Okay.
you take your hat off too, please. You can hang that up right there.
I don't have a hat on.
Is it earmuffs? What do we
Yeah,
got?
these are earmuffs.
Yep, let's have you take those off, please.
All right, so I'm gonna take a piss test. So like I was saying, as I get to places or I'm about to leave, there's usually somebody there who does something inappropriate, like some form of sexual harassment.
Empty out your pockets, and then I'll have you take your earmuffs off too.
All right, are you hearing what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I
Okay.
just need to do that job though first.
All right, we can do both.
Yeah, perfect.
So yeah, well, when I came here, somebody purposefully pointed their butt towards me.
And then I'll have you wash your hands, please.
Are you gonna address the thing while you're doing your job?
Well, we have people waiting in the lobby, so we can do your test and then we can talk out in the lobby if you have something else to add. That would be fine. Does that sound all right?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
It's just-
I just don't want to keep those other people waiting.
All right, I'm moving pretty quick. I mean, I can't move that fast.
Okay, paper towel right there. And then all we need is up to this line here, but
Okay.
feel free to fill her on up. When you're done, just come out here, set your cup on the tray, and then
Okay.
just don't flush the toilet, okay?
Alright,
And
what's
then
your
we
name?
can talk all day long.
What's your name?
I'm Heidi.
Heidi.
Paper towel right there if you want. If
Alright.
not, no biggie.
All right, cool.
Oh,
All right.
I'll have you leave everything in there.
All right. Empty pockets.
Yep,
You said-
everything's out of there?
No.
Oh,
Battery.
perfect. Everything. Good, good.
Oh no. ID. All right.
All right, bathroom
Alright.
right behind
I'm
you.
gonna use the bathroom, guys. I'll be right back.
And then I'm gonna have it. You gotta shut that door. Perfect. Thank you, sir. All set?
Yep.
Alright, you can just set it right
Oh,
on the
crap.
tray, right there, and then you can wash your hands again.
All right. So like I was saying, when I got here, the dude turned his butt, pushed the door open with his butt. I described what the guy was wearing, and it was very like clothing that people wear to show things, like tight fitting clothes where women wear, loose fitting, tight pants that some people wear that they want people to see how they look, right, under their clothes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pretty sure the dude timed that to happen as I arrived. Was he standing there as I got to the door? Did it seem coincidental or incidental that the guy?
It was very incidental. He was not trying to do anything or wait for you.
You're pretty positive about
I
that?
am 99%. I think he was waiting for an Uber.
Oh, have you seen anyone open the door like that?
I don't really pay attention to how people open our doors.
All right, I don't see that too often
To be
either.
completely honest with you, I really don't.
Right. No, I haven't seen anyone open the door like that either. So when I see something that's out of order or out of place, I normally say something. and opening the door with your butt, with the clothes you're wearing, is usually trying to show somebody something. And the clothes that dude was wearing and the way he opened the door is a sensible person would believe, if they had that similar experience everywhere they went, that this was another person trying to sexually harass them at another location that they went to. So it's really weird that it happens, and when it does happen, I like to ask questions about if anyone knows what happened, add to what I see, or so I can put it on YouTube and tell people what happened while I was here. So I think that's important. I think it's important to tell when bad things happen to you, or things that don't normally happen to other people happen to you.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'll just need your initials right here by the X, and then you can put all your stuff back in your pockets and grab your jacket, and then we'll just need a signature on the computer, and you're all set.
Okay,
Easy
cool.
as that. Fantastic. I'll meet you back up where we started, okay?
Yep.
And then don't forget your jacket here.
Yep. I don't know. All right, guys. So that's a piss. That's how you take a pee test or piss test. Okay.
Right, and then I will just
I think
need
that what you just said is okay.
signature.
Under, but
Okay, I'll just have you.
so I guess children who have sex with other same-sex children
Have
are
you
gay
use
for
the
the
mouse?
rest of their life, no matter how it happens.
And then have you sign inside the box there. It's not going to look pretty, so
All right.
just do the best you can, okay?
The whole name, right?
Yep. However you normally sign is fine.
All right. Commit.
Perfect, yep. You're all set. Easy
All
as
right,
that.
cool. Do you have the result? You don't know the results right now.
Nope, it's a lab-based test, so it goes to the lab, and then the results are reported right to your employer. We don't even get a copy of them, so your employer will be your contact from here on out.
All right, cool.
All right, take care. Have a great day.
Yep. So yeah, like I was saying, I guess when two people, see how I open the door? Normally you put your shoulder, put your hand, or something that you can use with your, normally you don't poke your butt out like this and push the door open like that. You don't do that. That's not how people normally open doors. So you don't use your butt. So if you can look at that, so he went like this and pushed the door open. So you can see his butt crack. You can see his butt crack. Could you imagine if I did that? Poked my butt out and pushed the door open? Could you imagine that? Like pushing the door open with your butt like that? When that's not normal behavior. Bending like this and like slamming your butt against the door so your butt shakes a little bit and then opening the door open. That's not normal behavior. And he did it just as I was walking through the door, just as I was walking this way. That's when he did it. So that's not normal behavior. That's not how normal people open the door. And the woman that was working there just said, told me, you're still gay, under her breath. You're still gay, like that, like really deep under your breath kind of way to say it. And I'm pretty sure, so I think she was saying that I think she was saying that if a child, for any reason, has sex with a child of the same sex, they are gay for the rest of their lives. That's what she's saying. So it doesn't matter if you were molested or if you were raped as a child. If your parents ever tell you to have sex with a grown adult male at any point in your childhood, that is called child rape. There's no joke. There's no game. It's not okay. It is child rape. And anyone who thinks otherwise are pandering to pedophiles. Think it's, if we told you to do something, if we told you to go fly a kite, would you do it? Or if we told you to kill yourself and you did it, would we be at fault? Those are stupid arguments from a group of pedophiles. So someone is telling me in my ear, it's your fault you listened to your grandmother. You should have done what you wanted to do. So when I was a kid, I told my grandmother, no, I don't want to have sex with gay people. I told her that several times. And she still kept asking me to have sex with gay kids. With like when I was a baby, I was like 2 years old. So this woman, when I was 2, told me to have sex, kept asking me if I was gay. She kept asking me, do I like girls? Do I want to have sex with girls? And then she would send a man to see me, some dude. And then when I was like 2 years old, my cousin, he's killed. I forgot his name. His real name is his name was Lil Al. Someone's telling me in my ear, his name is Lil Al. He told me to he told me to have sex with him under some blankets in my bedroom. And then my grandmother came into the bedroom, and after I did what he told me to do, and smiled at me. No, she asked, "What are you guys doing under the blankets?" And then she smiled at me, and she walked out of the room. And I stared at the back of her head, and it was my cousin. It was my cousin. His name is Lil Al. He came in my bedroom when I was 2 years old, 2.5. We used to live in Madison, probably over in that direction. The address is in Vera Court. Vera Court. And most of my family knows this happened. My entire family knows it happened, and they've been acting like it didn't happen, right? Pretending like it didn't happen to my face, while behind my back, fully aware that my cousin tried to get me to have sex with him, or got me to have sex with him when I was a kid. So I met him before that day, right? So they're telling me to remind me the story, right? In my ears, they're saying to tell the whole story. So before that night, that evening, the dude, I met my cousin. He was acting really cool, right? The coolest cousin you could ever meet, right? I was so excited when he came back the next day or the next week or whenever, right? And then the dude jumped into my bed, the bed that I sleep in every night, told me to get in the bed with him, then told me to pull his pants down under the blankets and told me to suck his penis. And I did. And the dude told me, you're biting. My mouth was too small for his penis. My mouth couldn't fit around his penis. So the guy then told me to stop biting his penis because my mouth was so small and I had baby teeth, and he told me to stop sucking his penis. And I think the woman who works there believes that because a baby had sex with an adult, because his grandmother kept asking him to, and then she brought his cousin in, his cousin who told him to do the same thing, it means that child is gay, regardless of whether or not that baby wanted to or not. It means that because that baby did, that kid is gay for the rest of their lives. And that's what the woman inside Badger Testing was telling me when she said, "You're still gay," underneath her breath. So no, I'm not upset. Someone's telling me in my ears, we're gonna make you look like you're upset about this and that you're dealing with this in a way that no one else is bothering you about. Like in a way that no one else is bothering you. But that's not true. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. If I wanted to deal with it, I would have years ago. But I didn't want to. I didn't want people to know that I was that somebody sexually assaulted me as a kid, and someone just tried to get me to say that I had sex with somebody as a baby. But that's not sex. That is child rape. That's not sexual consent. No baby can give consent to have sex with an adult male. So, yeah, when people drive past me like they know me and act like they drive past me and say, just like that, you're still gay, mouthing it to my face as they drive past me, it's harassment. It's gay community harassment. And there's a large group of gay people who believe that because any child was taught or by any way had sex with the same sex, they are gay for the rest of their lives. I don't agree. I do not want to have sex with gay people. I don't want anything to do with gay people. I don't want nothing to do with them. But they keep bothering me. They're using technology to torture me, scratch my penis, like the skin underneath my penis burn it, like it's like a burning sensation all day while I'm at work. And they're doing it to get me to stop working. So it only happens when I go to work and they're pulling at the skin underneath my testicles with technology. And it's like a constant pull underneath my skin. And someone's telling me, stop working and we'll stop doing that. Stop trying to work and we'll stop bothering you. Stop going to work, stop being positive. Be negative, do bad things, and we'll leave you alone. But that's gonna get me in trouble, right? That's the idea, right? Do bad things to get yourself in trouble. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to do bad things to get myself in trouble. I don't want to do that. I'm trying to find a job. I'm trying to live without having to be gay. And I think it's very hard when there's a community of people trying to get you to have sex with gay people. It is very difficult to live. And talking to you with technology. And keeping you up at night, not letting you sleep at night, not letting you live your life the way you want to. There is a large group of gay people who built technology to force other people to have sex with gay people. And I guess someone thinks it's funny, like there's a joke to me saying that you're not gay, and they're child rapists. They're a group of pedophiles who try as much as they can, like the woman in that car. That's why I just said that, the joke part, because she looked at me like she was smiling. That try to get me to feel like I can't have a right to be a man, or can't have a right to be heterosexual, or my thoughts and my feelings about who I am are irrelevant. So these people believe that it's okay to continue to harass me. It's harassment. If it's not harassment, it's sexual harassment. If it's not torture, it's stalking. If it's not what do you call it? Those things bad things that people can do to other people while you're living your life, wherever you're living your life in the community. So wherever you go, whatever you do, there could be a group of people, and usually in the gay community, that follow you and harass you wherever you go as quickly as you could look at them, right? So you can look at people very quickly, and as quickly as you can look at them, they can say or do something to you that you don't like, or that makes you think about the childhood sexual assaults that occurred to you when you were growing up to get you to be gay. So there's a way to do it. Someone's telling me no one's trying to get you to be gay. They're going to deny everything that you're talking about. But the truth is, there is a way to groom a child to have sex with gay people when they grew up. And someone learned that. You remind them of gay people their entire childhood. And if they try to have sex with the opposite sex, you ignore it. You ignore their attempts. You distract them, and you just move along like you distract them from what they want, and you surround them with gay people, so they keep having gay experiences. So your friends who you don't know are gay act like the way they're behaving is acceptable for heterosexual people. And you abuse the child, you neglect the kid, and you show favor to other children without telling your child why you are favoring other children. So the kid feels hurt. So now he has to find a way to take those feelings and deal with and find another person to deal with those feelings. So that's not going to happen, right? That's not going to happen because you have a community of people who surround this child, and who scare the other people who would help this kid, right? So they have the people who act like friends to your kid, and the people who who threaten other people from being friends with your child. And that's one way to. Well, there's more detail. You abuse the kid. So the parent is the person the child normally goes to when they have hurt feelings, and that parent acts like the abuser, acts like they don't care. And then they surround the kid with other kids who do sexual things with that kid, like pull your penis out. Let me see how big your penis is. This is how big my penis is. And you get the kid used to seeing another person's penis. And then you tell, they grow there's technology in children. So a person would tell, the kid will learn that if they have sex with gay people, somebody will grow their penis with technology inside their bodies. And so the kid has, or they get toys, they get clothes, they get like their parents treat them nice. And you know that this kid is gay, and he's getting food, he's getting toys, he's getting clothes, he's getting all these cool things that you want. And you also know he's gay, and you're not. And you're not getting those cool clothes and toys and the larger penis that he has, right? So your parents are trying to encourage you to have sex with gay people to get the cool things that this other kid has. And they don't let you live, or they take you home and they make sure you have nothing, right? They make sure that you have absolutely nothing. Not because you're a bad kid, but because you refuse to have sex with gay people. The kids who have all the cool things, they're bad kids too. There are lots of bad kids everywhere, even in my neighborhood, even the kids I grew up with who were really bad. And they still had all the cool things that you always wanted, or I always wanted. So it didn't make a difference what my behavior was like. That's what someone just said. You didn't have anything in life, not even toys, not clothes, not shoes, or food. They didn't even give you food to eat. So it wasn't because you were a bad kid. Even bad kids get food. It was because you refused to have sex with gay people, and they wanted you to be they didn't want to feed you. They wanted to use that as a weapon to get you to have sex with gay people, because food, being hungry, makes you think about things to get food, right? When you're hungry, most people don't know. If you're watching this, you probably have never felt that way. You've never felt like you had to do anything to get any food, right? That's abnormal. That's an abnormal thought. But if you starve somebody, you have thoughts about how can I get food? And the people who are supposed to feed me won't give it to me. So, and then you learn that there's a gay kid that your grandmother or your parent keeps taking you to go see, who's getting food, and they're teaching you to have sex with gay people and will feed you. So yes, there are ways to groom children to have sex with gay people. There are absolutely many different ways to get children to have sex with gay people. And I'm telling that there's a community of people, even the woman who works inside Badger Testing, who are trying to get me to have sex with gay people, and then they lie about what they did inside the store. So I swear that woman inside that store said, "You're still gay," under her breath as I stood in front of her. I swear. And I swear that is happening in many different places that I go to. I also swear that my coworkers are all, well, I think 93% of them are gay that I work with. And I also swear that, and I think someone is trying to get me to hate my coworkers and do something to them, right? So if you are surrounded by people you don't like, over years, you start to get up, they believe that you will become upset with the people you work with, right? Become upset and do something to the people you work with, because you're so angry that over years, you've had to constantly work with gay people. So for the last 5 years, I've been out of prison, and every single place that I have worked with the gay community. I have worked with co-workers who weren't just a couple of gay people, but the entire group of people that I worked with were in the gay community. And I have done everything I can to tell when they sexually harass me, when they harass me, or when they do something inappropriate, like to piss people off and get away with it, right? You can do something very quickly to irritate somebody and get away with it. So I think someone's thinking that if I keep irritating this person, over years, that person will become upset and do something about it. And I think that's what you get in the news. When you see in the news that someone killed a bunch of gay people at a bar, it was because that person was harassed in the community they lived in. and they probably tried telling the police, they probably tried calling the FBI, they probably tried calling every single group of people that are supposed to help you deal with harassment in your community or harassment wherever you go or technology problems. So they're probably using technology to harass the guy while he was and that dude just went like whatever the hell he just did. Like, okay, someone just said he was saying, okay, we're gonna find out. Like a nod, that was a nod he was doing. If you can translate that and do the nod, you know what I'm talking about. So the people all across the nation who you hear in the news have committed crimes against gay people, there's a good chance that the gay community in that person's area was harassing the heck out of that person, and they tried their best to tell. They tried their very best to tell. And that's what they're trying to do to me. They're trying to get me to be the type of person you hear about on the news that has done something really bad to a large group of people. And I think this is how using technology, using community harassment, using poor experiences, and over time that these people can do bad things to you. Over time, people can eventually get bad things to happen. Well, you to do bad things to other people. So someone is using technology to make me forget things. So taking my memory from me. So it's really hard to do anything in life. So I guess if you electrocute the portion of somebody's brain that they use for memory, they can forget what they were just about to do. So while I'm at home, while I'm at work, someone is electrocuting the portion of my brain that I use to remember what to do. And making it very difficult for me to do anything, and then telling me, if you listen to what I say and don't do anything you want to do, you will be able to do everything that you're doing, but really it's everything they just told me to do. So he'll electrocute a portion of my brain and then say, go pick up whatever you were about to pick up, right? Go pick that up, or go do that, or go do that, or go do that. And then it's like, I can't think, right? I can't think without my memory. I can't think without the part of my brain you use to think. And they're telling me right now, we're gonna make sure that even if after you post this on YouTube, nobody can see it. And then the light harassment. So you see that car right there? He has like lights on his car, right? So the dude turned into the driveway and he pointed, you know how you can turn normally? Like you take a normal turn? There's some people who know how to turn and not turn completely or slow down mid-turn. So you're turning and then it's like you pause for a second right here and then you complete your turn. So that's what that dude in that car just did. And that happens all the time. So they're using lights to harass people. So there are many different ways to harass people and get away with it. You can use your mouth, make mouth motions, make mouth movements to harass people. You can say things to harass people, and then electrocute their brains, like the portion of your brain you use to think, to keep you from being able to respond. So yeah, the guy just came out of there and he was staring over here. So the portion of your brain, see, he didn't have shit to do. He just drove all the way over here to flash his fucking lights, lights at me, and then drive away like an idiot. So it's community harassment. It's from the gay community or the racist community. Both of these communities have been trying to get me to have sex with gay people. Racist men believe black people should be slaves or should be beneath white people. And the only way to prove that a black man is beneath a white man today is to make him a part of the gay community. So I'm trying to tell. I am doing my best to tell. What was I saying? I can't even remember what I was saying. So I was talking about technology. In my home, where I go, wherever I do, whatever I do, there is somebody who is trying to electrocute the part of my brain that I use to do whatever I want to do. And they're telling me right now, we got a troll waiting for you to post this video online to make you feel bad about whatever you've posted. We have a troll waiting for you. I don't care. I recognize him as a troll, and these videos are more important for everyone to see than for me to not post on on YouTube, or not to tell somebody about. They're more important to tell than to not to tell. So I called the police and I told them, I was saying that I called the police and I told them that the police department has a large group of people in it that are in the gay community, whether they wear the clothes of a gay person or they wear the clothes or they don't wear the clothes. There are a large group of people in the gay community in the police department. So when you complain that there's somebody in the community harassing you, the police department usually won't answer because they'd be telling on people in their own community. So, or there's a racist group of people in the police department who also don't want to answer your requests for help because you aren't, like, they're racist and they believe black people shouldn't have a phone call, shouldn't be able to call the police, shouldn't be able to ask for help, shouldn't be able to have the rights that normal citizens have. So if you don't submit or you don't bow to the white, well, they're causing the problem. So why would they support you, right? Why would they help you? They want these bad things to happen to you. Otherwise, well, they're saying that's a lie and you're making that up. But the truth is, if you call the police for help, they're supposed to help you. So if that doesn't happen, and it's obvious that you can easily be helped, or like that they could do their jobs, then there is no priority. There are no priorities above, like, fraud cases. Usually a fraud case gets discovered. Like, from the moment it's investigated, well, from the moment you submit a fraud case, you get it discovered. From the moment you complain that somebody struck you, that person usually goes to jail, right? If you told the police officer somebody punched you, I've never seen a police department who doesn't prosecute someone who struck another person or find out if what they said is true. So, or pass off on a sexual assault case. I've never in my life seen a police department pass on a sexual assault case. So if somebody rubbed their penis up against you, if somebody rubbed their fingers up against you, if somebody rubbed their cell phone against you, I have never seen a police department pass on an investigation of a sexual assault. That doesn't happen. Especially if a man calls and says that I was sexually assaulted by another man. So it's like a community of people who refuse to accept that there's a person who isn't gay and also is complaining about the people in the community that are hurting that person. And I'm telling, well, and regardless of the technology crime or the technology he's talking about in his body, he's still telling you that someone physically touched him. Why would you want to do that?
The Holy Spirit is telling me to reach out and say, hey, can I pray for you?
Oh, no, that's fine. Sexual harassment or sexual assault is very serious.
Yeah,
so if it happens
absolutely.
to a woman or it happens to a man, it's all the same. And that's what I'm telling on YouTube, that there are people in the gay community who are trying to have sex with me, and I'm trying to get them to stop.
Yeah.
And there's no other way to tell. If you can't tell the police, you can't tell a person in the community, you need to tell make a copy of what you are dealing with. Yeah. And that's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I don't really believe in religion. I really believe in energy. So if you look closely at God, you find out that God is truly energy. And someone, before they realized it, what God was, called God God, because they didn't know any way else to explain who he was. So religion is a cultural thing, or it's like a social thing. But in actuality, it's a science. It's the science behind life,
what
living.
About the person of Jesus? Who do you believe he was?
I believe he was a person. I believe maybe he existed. I believe that. I believe in the stories in the Bible. I believe they're powerful, they're meaningful, and I learned that as I grew up. Mm-hmm. The stories about people in the Bible. Mm-hmm. So I know what you're talking about, but I also grew up further, so I matured. and I lived a little bit, and I learned that there are meanings behind life that go beyond the Bible. So if the best thing that could help me is more energy. So, and that comes in many different ways. So you believe in God, God can help. I believe energy can help. So energy from people. So the energy that people can give is a way that I believe that I can be helped the most.
Yeah.
So if someone were listening on YouTube or in the community, I believe that could be more helpful than a religion.
Okay.
Because religion is just hope, but energy is real. God is hope. God is a belief, but I believe energy is more powerful.
But you said God was energy, so therefore God is real.
Well, the term God, the phrase God, is more of is used to explain yourself. Well, to describe something that isn't energy. No one associates God with energy.
Where did energy come from?
Well, the universe, space.
Where did the universe
Energy came from gravity. So gravity was created from
Created?
space.
It was created.
So nothing can exist without something else, right? So the first thing that came into existence was gravity, and that's a natural. It's a space. So the space we live in, the ground you walk on, the air you breathe, it's all space. It's all created by space. So you couldn't exist if there wasn't space to exist in.
So gravity came from nothing, though?
Gravity came from very small molecules, very small particles.
Where did those come from?
They had to come from existence. Well, the plane of existence. So there had to be something that was base.
Something had to be eternal.
Right. So God came from something. So you could ask yourself the same
Well,
question.
God's the thing that's eternal.
Right. So
Yeah. Something did have to be eternal. You're right.
something existed first.
Yeah.
And if you go backwards, so the way I look at it, so you work your way backwards. So you see existence, you see everything that you see, and you work your way backwards. I believe in, so the first thing that came, you see planets, you see stars, you see space, you see all these things, and like a cop would do. So if a cop had to work his way backwards from a crime scene, he would take the newest thing and work his way backwards. So the newest thing would be planets. The second thing would be stars. The next thing would be gravity. The next thing that came into existence was gravity. Beyond gravity, nobody probably knows, and that's what they're searching for. They're searching for what came before gravity came into existence, because that's the mystery, right? How do we solve where we came from? But gravity's everywhere. So unless you can remove gravity from existence, so unless you could take all the space out of existence, you'll never find what came before gravity. So it's a mystery. It'll always be a mystery. But gravity came first, and from gravity, energy was produced. So everyone knows what, if you have gravity, you have energy. So, and that's where energy came from. And I think energy created light, created all our existence, and no one knew that the little particles of energy, sunlight, or energy in existence, wherever it is, created life. And if you're old, like 2,000 years ago, when the Bible was written, or when people were just learning who they were, they wouldn't know what energy was.
No.
So they came up with a name to represent all the things that created life, and it was God. They called it God. But it was truly energy. Energy created life. And energy and gravity working together create life. And that's what somebody didn't tell anybody, or didn't know at the time they started talking about God and telling everyone about God, because they couldn't explain how things were done the way they were done at the time. And everyone has adopted that belief since then to explain the unexplainable. And it's really just energy and gravity working together to create life, or create whatever we see in existence. And that's what I believe. So I don't believe in religion. I believe in science, and I believe in energy. I really do.
Can I ask my question again?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I pray for you?
If you would speak for me and say that there was a guy at your store at Badger Testing who complained that there was a man sexually harassing him while he was inside the store, that would mean so much more to me than a prayer.
I understand that. I'm just asking you, like, yes or no, can I pray for you right now? And then I'll leave you alone.
No.
Okay.
The answer is no. But if you could do what I asked, that would mean more to me than a prayer. if you really care about me, that would mean a lot more to me. And that there's a guy who stood, his name was John Lattimore. He stood outside, he made a YouTube video, and he told me that there was a man inside who walked out when he was walking in, who sexually harassed him, and he made a YouTube video
So
about
what
it.
do you want me to do?
Well, tell someone you know.
Tell somebody.
Tell anyone you know
Tell somebody.
that there was a guy who I talked to who told me this. Do you have any ideas? And then just start a conversation. And then you're gonna produce energy. You're gonna produce not a movement, but ideas. And you're gonna learn that there are bad people who are doing bad things to me, and I'm doing my best to tell.
Question for you.
Yeah.
If you're constantly feeling like people are doing bad things to you,
It's not a feeling. It's like or seeing or knowing.
see,
Yeah.
or know, or expect, or
Yeah, I do. I do kind of expect it.
wouldn't your energy produce that negativity would produce those bad, like you're looking for bad things?
I do my best to
curious.
ignore. So I got two lives. So, well, not two lives, but I have one life, and my life is to like have as much fun as I can and produce as much energy as I can. So I go places and I try my best to have as much fun as I can and produce as much energy as I can. So when I came here, I was really happy to come here. I was really happy because I was going to get a job that was going to give me a lot of more energy. Money is energy. Just want you to know that. Money is energy. It's on the back of the dollar bill. So in God we trust is really in energy we trust. And the whole country is built on producing energy and finding it and controlling it and using it. So I thought when I came here, I'd have a good opportunity to help this country produce more energy. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
Or find more energy. And I was going to have a better life. So somebody knew that, right? Somebody knew that. Well, more than likely than not, what I've been telling people that's been happening to me is it's that somebody knew that when I came here, I'd be very happy to come here. And to destroy that happiness, you give it a little bit of the negativity you were talking about. So only way to hurt me is sexual harassment. That's from, or a man, a guy, the best way to do it is to use something he doesn't like. And the only thing in life I can imagine that I don't really like is some dude trying to have sex with me. It's really hurtful, it's unwanted, and I hate it. So when that dude did that when I got here, I'm sure it was timed. I'm sure it was on purpose. I'm sure because it keeps happening in other places.
What if it wasn't?
It happens too often. So I would believe that if it was the first time in my entire life that happened to me, I would believe you. But it's not. It's a constant thing that happens to me every day. So I do my best to let it go or to tell. So that's my therapy. I tell exactly what happened, and hopefully somebody who watches these videos will know what I said was true,
Yeah.
or we'll learn. We'll find out. There's smart people out there. I can't lie to everybody,
Yeah.
and someone's going to learn the truth. So if I continue to tell, if I continue to say things,
Tell your story.
yeah, someone's going to find out if I'm lying,
Right.
and someone's going to do something about it if I'm telling the truth. So that's all I can do. So in life, all you have is the right to tell.
Yep.
And you don't have a right for anything else because no one has to do anything for you. So my job to deal with the problems I have with is to make sure I tell, and that's what I've been doing.
But what if it was both? What if it was it was because of you, like it was timed, but not by him? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what if there's a greater force at work where it's not a coincidence?
Mm-hmm.
That was totally timed and happened as a direct attack on you, but not by that person.
I believe you. I believe you.
Hey, I know I need to run.
Yeah, you just gotta call me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, the best help is to tell.
Okay.
Thank you. Yep. All right. Bye. Bye. I appreciate your time. So that was a nice lady. She had a great conversation with me. I love talking to people. I absolutely love talking to people. It's the best thing in the world. It's the best thing in the world to talk to someone. It's not bad. It's not. I don't know what's going on here. Like a security thing. Oh, okay. So that I'm betting the woman in the first car was scared for the woman in the second car, like I was gonna hurt the woman in the second car, but that's not true. I had no intentions of hurting anybody. I don't want to. Ugh. Anyways, so I don't really want to hurt anybody. I'm trying to tell. That's my job. That's what I came here to do. Someone's talking to me right now. They're saying nonsense. They're saying stupid stuff. All they do all day is say the dumbest things in my ears. The dumbest stuff you could possibly imagine. The dumbest, worthless stuff you could possibly think about in my ears all the time. And I'm tired of it. Tired of hearing it. So there's a paramedic. Someone always wants me to see a paramedic. It's like a death threat. So you're gonna end up in the back of an ambulance if you don't stop telling. That's where you're gonna end up. Or they're telling me the ambulance is gonna pull up on you wherever you are whenever we're ready to tell people about the things we've done to you and take this technology out of your body. That's what's gonna happen. Suddenly, out of nowhere, at any moment, an ambulance is gonna show up and take this technology out of your body. Or they're saying the idea for the ambulance, seeing the ambulance all the time, is that we're going to we're trying to teach you that you live in the world of Grand Theft Auto. So the flashing lights, the ambulance, the police officers, it's like you live in the world where you're playing a character of Grand Theft Auto. And that's the world you live in. So pretend like you're a Grand Theft Auto player in Grand Theft Auto. And when people make you mad, you do something about it. You do what players in Grand Theft Auto do, right? So that's what someone's trying to do to me. Trying to get me to believe I'm in the Grand Theft Auto world. But I'm not. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe I'm in the Grand Theft Auto world. I don't want to be in the Grand Theft Auto world. I don't want anything to do with that. I don't believe in anything they say. I'm trying my best to tell. All right, I gotta go. I think this battery's about to die, and I gotta go. All right, they're telling me you should probably stop, and that's probably true. They're making me remember that this battery's low, and I gotta go. All right, I'll see you guys later. I'll talk to you later.